Now, I'm sure that people that watch me are aware of how I feel about talking about these kind of things, but I would like to heavily emphasize, given just the horrendous nature of it all, I despise talking about these kind of things to a point where I really don't want to even mention it. I don't even want to make this video, but I feel that I have to because it is just such a massive difference, and it does kind of show, unfortunately, why these things happen. Now, last weekend on Easter Sunday, there was a bombing, several bombings in Sri Lanka. They attacked churches during Sunday Mass, trying to get the most people they could because it was Easter Sunday. And at this point, I believe we are up to 350 odd people confirmed dead from this terrorist attack. And my heart goes out to everyone that has suffered from this, both those that have died and the family that have had to endure having lost loved ones, the people that were there during the attack, everyone that is just afraid from this. I cannot stress enough. I feel terrible for these people, and I feel like this is just, they've had their lives taken from them, both figuratively and literally, from because of the heinous acts of a group of fucking monsters. And I have said the exact same thing about Christchurch, and I still say that. The people that were killed did not deserve what they got. The people that were there that somehow lived did not deserve to go through what they had. The town of Christchurch did not deserve to be set upon by that monster. And I hope he is locked away in a room somewhere and he is forgotten by history. That would be the greatest punishment for him, because what he wants is to be remembered. Both of these attacks I find are disgusting, and the people that did them are abominations. And I cannot express how bad I feel that these things happen, and how much I wish the families and the survivors all everything that I can offer them from a moral perspective. Now, having said all that, comes the part that I really wish I didn't have to talk about. I feel that way. I look at both of these the same way, that they were done by monsters, that they deserve to be called monsters, and I, I cannot say enough how horrible these people are and how much I feel bad for the people that were there during them. But the one that happened in Sri Lanka is looked at very differently from the one that happened in Christchurch. Because the one that happened in Christchurch was an attack on Muslims, and the one that happened in Sri Lanka was an attack on Christians by Muslims. I hate that those words came out of my mouth, that it is viewed differently because of that. And yet it is. There will be people right now that will stop this video, that will say I'm being hyperbolic, that I'm exaggerating, that I am creating a situation that is not there. Bullshit, it's not. When the Christchurch massacre happened, it was viewed as an attack by a monster that was done as an attack against Muslims. And it was. It absolutely was. It was done by a monster against Muslims. The one in Sri Lanka was looked at by a terrorist group done against, and I'm quoting now, unfortunately, Easter worshippers of all diversities. Easter worshippers. You couldn't bring yourself to say Christian, could you? You just couldn't do it. You couldn't, for 5 fucking seconds, put your own goddamn bias aside and say what this was. No, you had to create a new PC term so that you could avoid saying the Christian word. God fucking damn it, this pisses me off. I, an average Joe, can look at both of these and say the same thing about them. That they were done by monsters against a religious group to try and terrify that religious group in whatever land that they were in, to try and fucking destroy them. Why can't these people? And it's not just people, because the big images that were floating around were Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama both said Easter worshippers. It wasn't just them. ABC, in their news coverage of this, has said and written Easter worshippers. Nobody fucking says that. Nobody. Oh, well, Easter is also a Jewish holiday, so we have to say that because this could be considered multiple faiths that were attacked, not just Christians. Yes. Jews do celebrate Easter as well. Let me let you in on a secret, though. There was no mosque attacked in Sri Lanka. It was just Christian churches. Now, if this was a park and there was a bunch of families and they were doing Easter egg hunts, and that's where the bombings took place, absolutely, say Easter worshippers there or Easter celebrators. Because you could be there just as a family. You may not be Christian, you may not be Jewish, you may just be celebrating the holiday of Easter. That's fine. That's when Easter worshipper, Easter celebrator is appropriate. When it's a fucking church that gets blown to smithereens! No, that is not when you use the term Easter worshipper. That is when you use the term, say with me now, Christian. And I know the very concept of Christians being attacked is just so disgusting and just bleh, to the left today. Here's a little fact to the left and the media who did that, who spread it as a Easter worshipper attack, or an attack on Easter worshippers. Christians are the most killed religious group in the world right now. Yes. Facts do not care about your feelings. Feel free to look that up anywhere you would like. I would strongly recommend starting with Pew and working your way down, because Pew is a very well-respected and well-liked research institutional group that the left favors. So if they're saying it, ha ha ha. I know why this is happening too, because the left right now has the mentality of, the Crusades happened, ergo Christians can never be persecuted. That is fucking bullshit. I hate that mentality. I hate the mentality of, well, X happened to Y group, so Z group who did it to Y group can never be persecuted. Yes, they can. Yes, they fucking can, because time changes shit. Just because something happened in Y year doesn't mean it's the exact same X year. God fucking damn it. I am so sick and tired of this bullshit of holding people that have nothing to do with anything, by the way, to this from way back when. You're holding people 600 and countries from 600 years ago to the standard of today. I'm screaming so much I'm actually losing my voice. It is painfully insulting. It is upsetting. Let me tell you something here. I hate all religions. Organized religions, I should say. I have nothing against individual worshipers as long as live and let live. I hate organized religion of all creeds, of all nationalities, of all types, what have you. I am not a Christian by any stretch of the imagination. Hell, if you pin me down, I'd probably say I'm closer to Buddhist than anything else. All that said, even I, the guy that hates Christianity, or organized Christianity, also can see that, yeah, Christians are kind of fucked in this day and age. And I know that, oh, heaven forbid, we are saying that the religion of the West is in trouble now. They did the Inquisition. They deserve everything. We can't say that they are being bullied. No. Grow the fuck up and get into the real world. Because shit happened in the past doesn't mean it's happening now. Hell, it's the exact opposite now. Christians are being killed left and right because, well, here's the key difference. In most countries where Christians are the majority, it is illegal to kill a non-believer, whereas in most countries where, say, Islam is the majority religion or the state religion, it is perfectly legal to kill the non-believer. It's actually a fucking state law. I can hear the cries of racism already, because yes, I'm being racist against a religion. How the fuck does that work? I just want all of these atrocities, well, to stop. First of all, that'd be great. But unfortunately, because that's not going to happen, I want them to be viewed the same, to be represented the same, to be shown that they are all horrible things. Not for one to be kind of sullied away because it was done to the Christians. And then the responses to them, I have not seen total government, like complete internet destruction. Granted, I've seen Sri Lanka shut down access to social medias because fake news, but New Zealand did that as well. So that one I'm willing to kind of give a slide on. It's everything else that New Zealand has done since Christchurch that Sri Lanka hasn't even gone anywhere near. That is a huge difference. Why? Because, well, unfortunately, and they've admitted this much, Christchurch happened to Muslims, Sri Lanka happened to Christians. Nobody gives a shit that it happened to Christians. Hell, the Sri Lankan government knew for a fact that this was going to happen about 2 weeks before it happened. They had news, they had information, they had people reporting to them that this was going to happen, and the Sri Lankan government was like, and then 350 people dead because the Sri Lankan government did not give a shit. Why? Again, I hate that I'm thinking like this, but because Christian. All of these differences in how it's reacted to. Whereas, unfortunately, if this had been a Muslim group, they would have taken this extremely seriously. They would have done everything in their power to prevent it. The news would be reporting on it nonstop. The Sri Lankan government would basically be shut down completely rather than just a ban on social media. All this stuff. I can pretty well guarantee this. And the fact that I'm even thinking that upsets me. The fact that it's probably true upsets me to a degree I cannot describe. I want all of these to be looked at the same, to be looked at as equal, that these are done by monsters against religious groups for being religious groups. That's it. That's all you gotta do. If you keep going at the route that you are of saying everything done to Muslims or whatever other religious group is a horrible crime against humanity, but then anything bad done to Christians, oh, well, that's just par for the course. That's not going to end well, because Christians are still a large chunk of the world, and they can get pretty pissed. I do not look forward to the Fifth Crusade. That's all I'm saying. This has been Math Machine, just praying for madness to stop, praying for killings to stop in general, but realistically, I just want madness to stop and for these to be seen as equal, not separate things on varying degrees. Please stop.